In the not very distant past, if you wanted a nation's wealth, you had to take over its mines, its oil fields, or ports. To do that, you had to fight its military. Today, with a huge portion of wealth generated through intellectual property, you need only to suck out a country's long-generated products from a company's computer system. To impoverish a country, you can simply erase its banking records. Cyber attacks against civilian targets, however, circumvent military power. Such attacks, either state-directed or freelanced or a combination of the two, go after a society. That same society that provides the raison d'etre for a military in the first place. The military of a rich country can spend billions hardening its shell, it can design its own chips, isolate itself from debilitating attacks, but if society itself is reduced to a shambles, what is the point of a military? In cyberspace, no country is an island, and no country has two oceans to protect it from conventional foreign threats. Military cyber attacks don't present an existential threat to the function of our societies, but civilian threats do. And that's why I'm much more concerned about civilian cybersecurity. The key is to treat the system as a whole as an ecosystem where the core of the system, be it for our infrastructure or for the day-to-day functioning of banking, is that there is a secure, verifiable, and reliable identification system that ensures that every critical informational transaction can be trusted. The whole fear is about what the government can do, and has no idea that, in fact, all of the real privacy issues we face today, or 99% of them, are not about Big Brother, but about big data. Or, in other words, there's no such thing as a free app. It's just the Lockean social contract now is not about protecting the society through military force, it is protecting its citizens in terms of its cybersecurity. So here we have to look at cybersecurity less than we have today as a constant threat, but rather cybersecurity as an enabler, as an economic enabler that a globalized economy requires in order to develop. In spring of 2008, for fairly obvious reasons, NATO established its Cooperative Cyber Defense Center of Excellence in Tallinn, serving as a valuable source of expertise in the field of cyber defense for both its sponsoring nations and for NATO. And I would argue there are several good reasons why Finland could become a contributing nation of the NATO Cyber Center of Excellence in Tallinn. The first thing is there is a precedent. Finland is a contributing nation to the NATO Center of Excellence on operations in confined and shallow waters, which resides in Kiel. So you're already in one NATO Center of Excellence. And Finland, in its relationship with NATO, has also been sending its people to work as part of a volunteer national contribution at NATO headquarters division dealing with cybersecurity. And, of course, Finland has an additional advantage of working with NATO together with 6 other NATO partners: Austria, Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, Sweden, and Switzerland. And so you already possess a special regulation that makes practical cooperation possible in a classified information environment. And as I said, since Austria just said the other week that it will join our center, we thought that perhaps it would be an idea you might want to think about in Finland.